Essentially, we just play Garen and then instantly go into I feel like we play Garen burst speed map and then attack forward, because he's now going to be like he's going to be drawing himself. Although I did say I was going to keep Garen back, I feel like we go with this move.
Hello, Gomez here from the LAN channel again with another deck for you today. This one is involving Teemo with Demacian Rally. So let's get into it. So the deck is called For the Shrooms, because with Demacia, obviously, you have For Demacia, or all that stuff, but we're working with mushrooms here, so it's For the Shrooms. And so let's quickly get into the beat by beats what the idea of this is. So the whole concept of the deck is getting Teemo out, trying to defend him every now and again, but the main thing is at least leveling him up and then maybe getting him out later if he dies and whatnot, and then using Rally with Pursuit and also with Garen to be able to continuously hit in with Teemo, just massively doubling the amount of shrooms in your opponent's deck. Like, that's the main purpose and concept around this deck. So you've got thermal beams just to help with a little bit of removal, especially like big targets that you need to get rid of. You know that Gomez loves a Jerry and Rummage, so it's a really good draw, as well as Jerrys can be thrown out just to defend yourselves in unlikely situations. Teemo, obviously, because the whole thing is about leveling him up and getting those shrooms into the deck. This Bright Steel Protector is actually in there either to save Teemo or to save the Peddler. It depends on what kind of hand and what your opponent's playing at the time to work out like how you want to use that. I only put this in the deck mainly for protection for Teemo against kind of like spells like Ezreal, or if you needed to defend against Ezreal to stop him from attacking in. I mean, obviously, like he might have a spell which could ping you, but Sharp Sight is in there as well to kind of give Teemo a little bit of sustainability, as well as the fact that obviously if you're playing against an Ezreal deck, to make sure you can counter the elusiveness of him. These guys just in there just to get more mushroom spells, I'm going to be honest. Single combat can actually be used either as removal if there's something you really need to get off the board, that you've got something that can do a good trade, or to help level Garen, because the second that Garen levels, all he's got to do is strike in twice and you continuously get the rally. Even on your opponent's turn, you continuously rally so that you can keep smashing in with Teemo and putting more mushrooms in their decks. That's the whole thing. So Concerted Strike and Single Combat are more to try and level Garen, but they can be used if needed to for removal. We've got the map in here. The map was actually put in here just as a banter move for the idea of either making the Mushroom Peddler elusive so that you can defend against Ezreal, or to make Garen elusive so that you're hitting in with a 5/5 that will eventually be a 6/6. I mean, obviously, to begin with, you kind of want Garen to be making the trades, but you can do that on your opponent's turn, forcing those trades in. But when he levels up to the 6/6 and that rally is going on, just put a map on him, make him elusive, just let that 6 damage go in elusively, it doesn't matter. So yeah, again, Peddler, with the amount of spells in this deck, you should be able to get a lot of mushrooms going in, especially like with the mushrooms produced here, and just like, just with the general spells that you've got, you should be able to really let the Peddlers fly, just let the mushrooms fly. For the Shrooms! And then removal, yeah, again that, and then just a little bit of draw added in there. But that's just my take on this kind of a deck. Definitely there are different ways that you can run it. I did consider playing Lucian at one point, because I was like the ability of getting rally off of Lucian, but I did decide to go with Garen in the end, because he's a more meaty person to put out there. With his regeneration, he's much more sustainable. Plus as well, Lucian at this moment in time, a simple Mystic Shot can get rid of him. It takes a lot more removal to get rid of Garen, and so that's why I kind of decided to go down that route. But Lucian with that ability to be able to rally as well is a potential that I did think about, but I've decided what I decided with, and that's it. But please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Obviously, the only other place that I could think of where this could be possible would be in Noxus. Noxus has got a rally ability. Also, Bilgewater's got their rally ability as well. But
Damasia's got like the most ability to be able to rally and keep attacking forward, so that's why I decided to go with here. But as I said, let me know down in the comment section down below, whatever, because I love hearing back from you guys, hearing what you have to say. If there's any changes you would make to the deck, if you run this deck, let me know how it goes to you, because I do love hearing back. Because I think like there is certain things like maybe a little bit more draw, maybe like, you know, I don't know what it's like, you know, maybe like Bright Steel Protector, maybe there's something else that you might consider as being like, you know, a better move to put in there. Another move that I nearly considered was Purify, but yet again, didn't have the space for it. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you. There's different things where like you could definitely chop and change and play around with this deck. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is the fact that shameless plug time. I mean, I know that's not really important, but Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to come catch the action live, catch the madness that is Gomez playing Legends of Runeterra, playing some card games, throwing things left, right, and centre, hoping things work, please feel free to drop by. I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. There is currently a giveaway going on all of this month for the month of Christmas. As you can see, there is a Christmas tree in the background. You might not be able to see it. You might see it when you get the zoom in. Remember it. But yes, Twisted Fate cards. I'm giving away a set on each Thursday stream. So all you've got to do is come in and watch it, just like claim a giveaway ticket. It's not that hard at all, and you potentially could win yourself some Twisted Fate cards. There is also just good times, fun in general, always happening in that thing. I have actually smashed my Twitch goal of hitting 1,000 followers by the end of the year, but I'm still trying to hit my YouTube goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year on YouTube. We're within 40 of our target. Please come help. If you want to help this mustachioed man live out his dreams, come help. Hit that button if you haven't already. If you already do, thank you so much for the support. The support honestly is amazing, and like I will be giving away some of those Twitter Fate cards on this channel as well as on that Twitch, as well as on the Twitter as well. But honestly, thank you all so much. It's been an honor making content for you all, and I hope to continue to make content for you, just to hope to entertain and bring a little smile or a bit of sunshine into your life. Anyway, that's not important. Enough jibber jabber. Let's get in and see how this deck actually does in a couple of matchups. Oh, stuns and stuns. I do love a bit of stuns and stuns. It's a really good if you can. What's going on here with this? What is? I mean, I'm more concerned right now about what's going on with my headphones. 1 second, let me just sort this out. This is definitely not how you want to start a game of Legends of Runeterra, trying to sort out because your wires are tangled up. I really need to do more wire management. Let's be honest here. This has all gone terribly wrong. Oh no, I'm leaving my opponent waiting. I do apologise. What the hell is that? How has this happened? There we go. We're okay. I'm so sorry. I'm actually going to keep Garen here. I'm going to keep Garen here because I want to get him out as quickly as possible. I mean, maybe I shouldn't, but if I can use him to potentially trade with Yasuo, which is single combat, or like so, put in a sharp sight and single combat on Garen to get rid of Yasuo, I don't mind doing that plan. I mean, I could always throw Jerry forward into this attack just so that I can defend myself. So instead of taking 3 damage, go oh no, it's not. I was gonna say it's not his attack turn. Don't worry about it. Devotion to battle. Do I want to kill you with this? I could throw Jerry out as well. I suppose there's going to be better targets, especially like that. What's his face? I'll probably want to deal with the I can't think of its damn name right now. The one where basically every single time you recall or stun, it goes up, and it's like free health. So I kind of want to keep it for that. I'll throw this out. Solid. Because I mean, that's the one. That's the one. The flame, was it the Fey Blade Whirler? That's the one who I want to hit with. Gotcha. Solid. We go forward. I probably should have just kept back defensively. I've got nothing to gain from this. Nothing to gain, really. So I probably should have just probably left it, let's be honest. But I have made the decisions that I've made. I'm gonna need to get rid of, the problem is, like, the second that Yasuo appears on the board, like, you know that you're in trouble. Because the second that Yasuo appears on the board, ooh, he just wants to pass. A big part of me just really wants to pass because the only move I'm really going to do is the gotcha move, and I've got nothing else to play. So I'd rather wait. Potentially play Garen here. Play Garen. He plays Yasuo. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay.
we could still get a single combat out here to get rid of her. I mean, there's always the potential of... my main problem is the potential of Power Cascade. Because obviously Power Cascade does present problems. If I could use Sharp Sight and Single in the same turn, I'd be happy, but I can't right now. So I'm gonna actually leave it. It's more because I can't take the risk of a if he used more mana. As I said, if he used more mana there, I would be way more up for taking that risk. But right now I can't really take that risk here. I need to have the ability for my Sharp Sight. The second that Yasuo drops on the board, that's when I think I've got trouble. Until that happens, I'm actually somewhat okay. I'm not really okay, but I'm somewhat okay. So potentially just Sharp Sight. Oh, just what you. I go for the single combat, see what he does, see if he throws a Power Cascade, and then I've got like 2 Sharp Sights, which hopefully will get me around whatever the hell he goes for as a tactic. That's going to be the plan. Whether or not that plan actually goes to plan is a different matter. But in my head, oh, there he is on the board. Right, I need to remove him like from the board. Like I can't let him stay on the board. Out of the 2, he's the one who needs to die because his deck is going to have so many stuns and things along those lines that I physically cannot let him stay on the board. I just pass. I feel like there's nothing to gain. I say that. I mean, I guess I could go for Gotcha, but if he's got a what's his face? So he's already proven that he doesn't have so I feel like he's already proven that he doesn't have. You're covered. Would he have used single combat? I'm just trying to think. Would you'd use single oh, sorry, not single combat. No, you would use deny or something like that, wouldn't you? If you were in that situation, I feel like you'd use the deny there. I might be wrong, but I feel like you would have used the deny if you had the option. So stun. That's fine because I mean technically I'm going to play Teemo as well. I feel like I get rid of his main champion. I've got the shield, so even if he Power Cascades, it doesn't really mean anything. But it also levels Garen, so it gets his other champion off the board. We could then use a Gotcha just to get rid of this. Actually, I want to see whether or not he plays. I want to get him past the deny. So there we go. So we've got the leveled up Garen. We've dealt with both of his champions so far. Not to say that he can't just throw down another Yasuo right now. He potentially could just throw down another Yasuo right now. No! Things were working! We were about to get the Teemo on the board. We could have started hitting forward. We would have started to force out his stuns with Yasuo not being on the board. It was all coming together. Oh, the Go Hard deck. Which admittedly, unless I can get the Sharp Sights, just one target on Teemo. Target on Teemo and he's down. Potentially, I might actually because the deck does focus a lot on draw. So if we can force a lot of mushrooms into their decks, you know, because they're trying to draw into their Go Hards. So if we can force a significant amount of what's his face into their deck, that's not actually too bad. Do we just play Jerry right now? Just to get rid of the keg? Because immediately that keg, like the additional point of damage that can cause is massively annoying. So potentially we Jerry just to get rid of the keg. I would love to actually no, I want to Jerry when we want to maximize the amount of mushrooms that we can put in their deck. I feel like that's honestly very important that we just maximize the amount of shrooms we put in their deck. So we play you. If he does do something to try and kill you, then we play Sharp Sight, but if not, we kind of leave it because we want maximum impact by putting both peddlers down. That's the plan. Potentially, maybe attack forward to kill the... maybe open, get rid of the keg. Might be a plan here, I feel. Just because I really just want to force out any kind of... because obviously he has like Twisted Fate that he could play. So if he's going to play Twisted Fate, I'd rather... Like, 'cause that would be 2 damage across the board. So we stop that. We stop the open with Keg. And then we throw down other Peddler, and then we've kind of got like our options open for spells and whatnot that we could throw out. I like the idea of this. So potentially even just throw down Garen. Actually, no. I feel we throw you down. I want to get as many spells in hand that I can start getting those mushrooms in the deck. So I feel like we just instantly throw you out next turn. We want to make them sweat, and we also want to make it so that every single draw that they do is actually massively detrimental to them. That's the important thing, is making their draws actually hurt them, because that's the important bit. They've got so much draw in that deck. Force it to be painful.
Keep up, keep up.
Okay.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Because we could even sharp sight to kill. I mean, what? How have they actually got nab? I can't remember whether that deck has nab abilities or not. Potentially it does. I honestly can't remember. A big part of me is just feeling about sharp sighting. Just because we're already starting the mushroom train going, so sod it. We might as well try to deny some doubt. There we go. So he's getting more draw. We throw multiple mushrooms in there. We just go on then. If you're gonna go like that, there we go. Have all the mushrooms. Admittedly, we should have maybe kept some mana back, because we could have thrown Garen and then mapped on top of Garen. So maybe a misplay there, because the map on top of Garen would have been very nice. But we are starting to force mushroom damage in, as well as the fact that they will start like just drawing into those. So I feel okay with, and he's drawing more into them. It's fine. It's fine. Potential. So I wish now I would have kept that extra point of mana. That's all I wish now, is that I would have kept that extra bit of mana, just because elusive Garen would have been funny. So here we go. More shrooms in the deck. Potentially we bubble up one of these guys, just because I feel like, even though we could have played Garen, he's getting really close to the pack your bags move. And so, because he's getting really close to the pack your bags move, I kind of want to try and defend one of my mushroom men. We could even just map right now, for the purposes more of trying to force the kill on that, because he has to defend, because he's got like such little health that he has to basically defend. It means maybe getting rid of one of our rally moves, but we could always use Rummage. We could always use Rummage just to get ourselves more mushrooms in our opponent's deck. So that was a salvage move that he's lost. There we go. I mean, the damage is starting to become significant, which is nice. Yeah, no, so we could actually just rummage away. Yeah, no, he's had to go all in on the attack, because like, what else can he do? So he's had to go all in. I mean, if we let the attack go through, does it really cause us like significant problems? I guess it kind of does. I mean, if he's going to use the pack your bags move, he's going to use the pack your bags move, right? So
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
Potentially we just defend in these little nooks and crannies. I mean, I guess I kind of want to be keeping somebody. I want to be keeping him at 2 health, so that it does require the go hard move to kill this bald. And so I actually want to keep Garen back until he uses the pack your bags move. Then I play Garen. I feel is the better move here. So do that. Getting those more spells going, which are kicking off. Kind of. Do we play we played a waiting game to see what he does here? Yep. So his plan is twisted. His plan is twisted. Twisted with this is going to be his plan. But he is going to burn a card to do that. So let's just see. Watch him play it so that he gets rid of something to play twisted. Yep. There we go. And then what we can do is we can get rid of the keg. So only the elusive dies here. We could use this on Twisted himself, but we use it here just so we're forcing
just because it means that these stay alive. But he's actually forcing more draw on himself as well, which is quite nice. Potentially, we just play Garen. Potentially, we just play Garen and then instantly go into... I feel like we play Garen burst speed map and then attack forward. Because he's now going to be like he's going to be drawing himself. Although I did say I was going to keep Garen back, I feel like we go with this move. Because we want to be just forcing his health down now. He's in that point where literally he's doing draw, but his draw is actually hurting him like more than anything, especially with the amount of shrooms that's in his deck. We could even rally and go again. That's how amazing this is. We could rally and go again. So it will force him to panic. It forces the rally to go again, forces him to panic. Potentially, I've got, whale. Oh! I honestly was expecting, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually expecting whale. Right, these are the moves of a panicked man! These are the moves of a panicked man, and we get rid of his elusive damage. Garen can just hit in again. I mean, that's gotta be GG against the Go Hard deck. That's gotta be, because it's the perfect count, because they significantly want draw. But if you force their draw to be so hurtful to them... Yes. Yeah. We didn't even get Teemo out. In this game, we didn't even get Teemo out. But then we would have hit forward with Garen again, and it would have been GG. And then also, even if he found some weird way to kill Garen, the mushrooms would have hit. He was starting to get so much damage off of those shrooms on the draw. Okay, so Twisted... So... There's got to be... I'm guessing... There's got to be Nab in here, right? I'm guessing that it's gone down the Sejuani, so it's gone down the Sejuani route with it, so there's got to be Nab. I'm going to assume. I'm assuming Nab. Maybe I should have kept that to deal with Twisted. I'm assuming Nab here. That's going to be my guess for what I'm up against. It's going to be a lot of plunder. Yep, I feel like I'm against a lot of plunder and nabbing. That's what this immediately shouts out to me. Because he wants to do as much damage, he wants to like be doing that to level the Sejuani and then warning shots and things. It depends on how this deck. It really does depend on how that deck is built. Because there's certain things that he could have in there that it will be really problematic to me. I feel like I played this. I could have played the thermal, because obviously like he might just instantly attack forward anyway, because he might have like some really good plunder moves, but I feel like he's going to be nabbing from me. I feel like that's where this deck goes. Potentially do this, just because that is an annoyance to deal with. Especially when he starts getting those buffs going. And then if he attacks forward, we can kill that. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to. But it would have helped him with the Sejuani. It was like, it was the gamble of whether or not he helps with the Sejuani or not. So let's just instantly start making it so that we level Teemo and let's just start doubling those shrooms immediately. I feel like this is important that we're trying to do this as quickly as possible against this opponent. But I'm just going to attack forward with both because I do want him to try and trade that off. Okay, no, he doesn't. So he's just going to take the damage. I honestly thought he might try to trade it off because he knows how much damage is potentially coming at him. Twisted. Oh, who does Twisted hit? Twisted hits you. I could actually say... I could save his life. I mean, that's the game over. But I could have saved his life with shots. If it was Teemo, that would have been a no, would you? Like, just boom, put it directly on top. I was thinking, with that guy, but I guess he is my defensive unit, so, and I had nothing else in hand, so I probably would have defended him. Twisted was, that's actually quite an old, I say it's quite an old concept. I mean, it's been done, numerous times. It always finds a way, but like, obviously, like, Swain TF, like, you found, like, before, what was it, like the KDA cards and everything, that was like more prevalent then, I'd say, like this combination. Before like the nerf, before the like buff to Ezreal and the nerfs to Bilgewater and everything along those lines, like literally, it's a somewhat slightly older deck than, but it's still powerful. Like the combination, I'm not saying it's not good. It's still very powerful concept. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to defend myself as much. Oh, he's not actually going to go for the attack. I thought that deck was more about trying to burn you down. Okay. I leave it. There's not really much to gain from this. Not really much to gain from this at the moment. The second that Garen hits the board, once Garen hits the board, like especially the fact that I've got 2 Garens in hand, so that judgment becomes like possible. Could even throw Jerry out here, just to defend there as well. Just the unexpected Jerry. But you know, next turn, the second that Garen hits the board, it's going to become really problematic for my opponent. I think. I mean, I might be wrong. I might be 100% wrong, but I feel like the second that Garen hits the board next turn, especially considering the fact that he can hit with a single combat, if worse comes to the worst. I mean, obviously my main problem is Noxus with removal. I feel like Noxus with like Flock is going to be like where my problem is. Because all he's got to do is damage me like very slightly, and then Flock finishes him. Because I haven't got like, you know, my I haven't got my abilities to be able to get him past Flock. Yeah, there we go. So he uses that. Do I use the single combat or do I wait? I guess I wait. I'm gonna go with the wait. I do still have another Garen in hand. I said I could use the single combat just to trade up a little bit nicer on the board, but we're trying to force resource out of our opponent's hand. I don't mind it. Potentially actually 2 single combats. If I can play Garen with 2 single combats, I'd actually be a lot happier. So I don't mind this.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk. Or whoops, am I right?
So you can throw Garen out, and I can do near enough to kill him. Right. So potential Garen this time does at least have a few moves. He says.
A fair game or played one.
So he stuns me.
Hold it, partner.
Which is fine. I'll take the stun. So potentially then he uses. So I actually attack forward here. Actually, no, I'll keep you back. Attack forward here. Wait to see whether or not he's going to use. Wait to see whether or not he's going to use a removal on Garen. So potentially, I said like yet again, there is still the ability of Flock at the moment. So I want to see if he uses Flock. He's not going to use Flock, which actually works out in my favour, because him not using Flock now means that I can use this. So because obviously because the regeneration he does, so killing Twisted here, and he does get the strike in. Strike and the ability to do that. So I now potentially, if he tries to kill Garen, I do have the ability to level him next turn. Like, but obviously it's going to take a lot more resource because he does heal himself. So the fact that there was no follow up is quite nice. So I feel like we just need to kill that. So I feel like we do just have to go full on thermal. I could start actually forcing mushrooms into my opponent as well. Yeah, I feel like what I do is get a couple of mushrooms in. Go for that thermal on top of there, and then just see what happens. I feel like that's the best move to do in this situation. I mean, I do apologize how I've been trying to work out my moves. I don't actually know whether or not I've been being silent or not. Like I like to be entertaining, but then I'm also thinking about my moves right now, because this is actually quite a dangerous matchup here. Okay, here's the plan. I want to force out that first, because this also means that we level Garen, so we know for a fact that the other Garen in the deck is now leveled. We do have a rally, and we do have a leveled up Teemo, which is important. Okay, because leveled up Teemo. Admittedly, we can't deal with this right now, but he hasn't got Swain on the board at the moment. He hasn't got Swain on the board at the moment. We could play you and still rally. That's important to remember, so we can play you and still have the ability to rally. We could even throw an additional Shroom into our opponent and then rally so that we can hit forward again with Teemo. So this is important. This is actually important. We keep you back. We keep you back because there still is the ability of Ravenous Flock to deal with, what's his face? But I'm going to throw both of these forward. I feel like, I mean, admittedly, he's going to start stunning people, but I'm still going to throw them forward because I want to try and force any removal out of my opponent that I can, like force these things off of him. We've still got the ability to defend ourselves. That's now 60 caps. We now, so the second that he plays Swain, we can attack forward again with Teemo. He's burnt that. So I feel like we just immediately attack forward again with Teemo so that we're trying to force that out of him. I feel like we do this just to try and force that. If he's got removal, because any spells that we're forcing him to do. Oh, he's getting that. He's getting the draw. He's getting the draw. Any spells that we're forcing him to use, which means that he's doing, like, he's starting to draw. He's panicking. Either that or he already knows that he's done, so he's already conceded. Yep, there we go. So he goes for killing that. That's fine. We're going to force more into our opponent here. We're actually then going to go like that to get even more. Oh, the gotcha might even... We could even throw the gotcha out right now just to do additional damage in here. Yeah, we could actually single combat as well. We could single combat as well, but I like this because it means that he's vulnerable to Garen. He's now got like 100 odd Shrooms in the deck. He's gone forward. He's gone forward because he knows that he's got to do something. We could defend. We could defend with Garen here. I mean, obviously, we now leave Garen vulnerable to Flock. He just burnt one. He's already used one. But obviously, if he's got a Swain, then he could use it. But what we can do here is we can do this and then bubble Garen so that if he does have the ability to try and kill Garen, then it becomes like less. As well as the fact that this now does mean, oh, actually, we can single combat that away to stop the stuns. This is to stop the stuns. With that on the board, he just stuns, and then this forces more mushrooms into the deck, stops him from stunning us. This has all gone so nicely for me right now. This has all gone so nicely. Significant shroomage. I mean, he dies from the draw, right? He dies from the draw, but if he doesn't, I mean, the fact that I rallied this, so many Shrooms were going in. I do apologise, I wasn't talking in the early game, but that was an amazing game. GG, amazing game going down there. So that is the For the Shrooms deck, which obviously, as you got to see, that it does have its ability. Like the second that you start getting those rallies out and you start, if they've got no elusive counter or they've got no like target spells that you can't get round, it's a really powerful deck in terms of the fact that it says full net damage. It works so well against the Go Hard deck because their whole deck is about drawing. And so you force that damage into them. It's amazing. Anyway, I do realise I was actually running the Bilgewater card back. I do apologise for that, because obviously there's no Bilgewater in there. It's just the standard setup. But thank you, honestly, so much for everyone who supports this channel. Bear in mind, remember, I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal on YouTube, and we're nearly there, like within the 40 range. It's amazing the support you've done already. If you already support, thank you so much. I am live, as I say, on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So want to come catch that action live, please feel free to, as well as the fact that, as I've already stated earlier on, there is currently the giveaway where I'm giving away sets of Twisted Fate cards on the Thursday stream, as well as the fact there is the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord. There's a games night and a movie night that's in there, so if you want to get involved in those things and help build this lovely community that we're building of people who love Legends of Runeterra, love gaming, love just having a good laugh in general, please feel free to do any of these things, but do not feel forced. These are just the options which are up for you. But anyway, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. And until next time, bye. Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.